Hey y'all, I just wanted to just come on here and just encourage you because as I am out here where it all got started for me, um 2 years ago, I came to a park and I just came out here when I stayed in this area and I'll just sit out and I'll look at the water. I pray y'all can hear me because the wind is blowing. It's a little windy out here, but as I was watching the ducks go pop across the pond, I asked the Lord, I said, Lord, why are we afraid of living things that scurry upon the earth, that we have dominion over, that we have, how can I put it, authority over? God gave us dominion and authority over these things. But yet here we are afraid. Here we are afraid to step into or be who God has called and created us to be for such a time as this. And we really have to know who we are and know whose we are. When you know the who that created you, nothing else matters. But it just allows you to put on your shoes and just, not even your shoes, put on your eyes. When you look at your life from the lens of God, everything is a blessing. You have to be willing to change it all. You got to be willing to see it all from a different perspective. We got to be able to change those lenses from the place of scarcity and lack to abundance. But it all starts with a mindset shift. See, I can say these things, but it's another thing for you to believe it. It's another thing for you to believe it. I just want to, let me flip my camera around so y'all can see what I'm looking at. Yeah, how I flip it over? I can't even flip it over. Y'all can't even see it. But, I just wanted to just let you know that whatever you desire is already on the inside of you. Whatever you are going after, whatever you want to accomplish, it's already before you. It's already on the inside of you. See, it's just a matter of time of you just tapping in to your true identity, the identity that God has placed on the inside of you. Don't be afraid of your finances, because why be afraid when God already created a way for you? He's the one that make the finances. He's the one that's able to do a supernatural shift and deposit it into your checking account. He's the one that can do that. He's the one that can do a supernatural change within your life. But it's one thing for me to say it, but it's another thing for you to believe it. And as I was just sitting out here, the feeling that I had 2 years ago when I was just sitting out here every single day, y'all, like I would just come and just sit. See, now that I'm on the other side of town, I got to travel a little further, but that's no excuse. That's no excuse. Get out in nature. Change your mind. Change your perspective. I don't care how cold it is outside. Put on the jacket. Go walk. You ask the Lord for something, He gonna do it. Don't be afraid to open up your mouth and ask. See, as I'm saying, it's hawks and birds and not eagles. I want to see an eagle though. But it's hawks that's just flying around, airplanes that's going by. And this is what happened 2 years ago. In this same exact spot. Go back to your happy place. See, water has always brought me joy. Water has always brought me peace. It's always brought me stillness. And it's just, it allows me to be still when I buy water. Because water is currency. Water brings the things that aligns with your destiny if you just ask. So you can talk about it, but it's another thing for you to believe it. You got to change your perspective. Change it all. And most of all, change who you have around you. Because your surroundings is a representation of who you are. Mind your company in this season. Be aware of these things, because everything matters. You want to go higher? Change your circle. It's okay for you to be alone sometimes. It's okay for you to tap into who you are alone. And eventually, God's going to send those eagle partners. He's going to send those people that align with your destiny. And eventually you'll get there, but don't force it. Don't rush it. Trust the process. Ooh, look at the sun. Look at the skin. Okay, Lord. But just tap into you. Tap into the true you. It's already time. The time is now. Believe in the now. Don't be afraid to just tap in. Don't be afraid to look crazy. Look crazy to some people. They probably like, girl, you over here talking to yourself. I don't care. Years ago, I was not able to do this. You couldn't even force a conversation out of me. If I didn't know you and I wasn't close with you, you was not getting nothing out of me. The most you got out of me was hey. Hey and bye, how you doing? That's it. But now, I'm okay to look crazy. I got my Bible with me. And I just came to sit. I have to come back to what brings me peace. Go back to what brings you peace. Go back to what brings you joy. Go back to what brings you happiness. Get away from those problems. The things that you consider to be problems, because they're not really problems. They're opportunities for you to grow. But if you need a break, go find you some stillness. Go get still. Go sit by some water. Whatever that may be for you. Go walking. Go get you some ice cream. Don't overindulge. But treat yourself to something nice. Do this for you. You matter. And everything attached to you matters as well. But just believe that you are deserving of it. And me just sitting out here, it's just so beautiful. I wish I could flip my camera over, but it ain't letting me do it for some reason. But that's okay. But I may have to just record it and add it to this video. But just get out. Get out. Get still. Get quiet. Listen to God and His nature. Because one thing that I've also realized, when I was in the house, I wasn't really productive. You know? I really wasn't doing the things that I know I was supposed to do. But when I get out and I sit out here for a couple hours, it gives me a go. You know how caffeine works for some people? That's how it is for me when I'm outside. Just embracing nature. Just sitting at the water. Looking at the water. See, the turtle's not out here right now. But when I first came out here, it was like a lot of turtles. And ever since I'll come out here and I'll just see baby turtles. Turtles are all sizes. And if you know me, I love turtles. So, yeah. Just get out in nature. Do what makes you happy. Don't get out. Pop that bubble. Okay? Let me just say that. That's a better way of putting it. Pop the bubble. Get out of your comfort zone. You want to do something different, do it. Challenge yourself to something new. And just do it. Don't question yourself about it. Don't overthink about it. Just know that if it's here on God's green earth, I'm going to do it. Why? Because He's given me the ability. He's given me the free will to do so. And you go from there. Don't second guess. Don't doubt. Just do it and believe. But y'all, that's all I got for y'all right now. I just wanted to just drop this and give this to y'all while it was on my spirit, because as I was just sitting out here and I was asking God questions like, why are we so afraid of the things that we have control over, we have dominion over? And as I was in, what was I in? I was in Genesis. This was when God was creating the earth. And He said, I have given you dominion, power, and authority over the things that scurry upon the earth, over the things that crawl, over the things in the sea, the fish in the sea, the birds in the sky. I've given you permission over it all. And I was just looking, because I got this bridge right here in front of me that separates from the water. And I was just looking. And I remember I think it was like last summer, I was out here and I remember just sitting, and it was like ants and spiders on the ledge. And I'm like, oh, let me get away from this. But then I realized, What you scared for? Like, I really just had to say that. Like, what you scared for? You got a power and dominion over these things. And I was just swapping at I used to swap at the bees before. But I'm like, they're not even doing nothing. They're just living in their element. Doing what they called to do. Living and fulfilling their purpose. Actually, bees are not even created to fly. But guess what? They stepped out of their comfort zone. They said, I'm going to fly. I'm on a mission. Why we can't be like the bees? When they said they're too big, their wings are too small for them to have the adaptability for them to fly. And what do? They went against the odds. They beat the odds. Why we can't beat the odds? Why we can't go against the grain? Why we can't be willing to do something different? When the world say we can't do that, why we can't just say, I'm going to do it. I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to bet on myself to step out of my comfort zone and do it anyways. See, we got to look at these insects. For example, I look at turtles, and when you see them outside of the water, they're slow. But when you see them in the water, they're at their maximum speed. They're created to be in the water. Not all, but the ones that are. How are you adapting? How is your environment causing you to change? Is it for your good? Or are you allowing it to keep you hindered? Keep you stuck? How do you see life? Once you switch your lenses, you shift your mindset, you'll see life from a different perspective. It takes time, but it's necessary. Get in your word. Some people don't like to listen or read the word. Listen to it. Listen to it, because the word is living. When you go back to the word, or you may listen to it one time, you may read a chapter this time, but when you go back to it, you got a whole different understanding. Because it's living. It's true. And it all applies to you. That just dropped in my spirit. It all applies to you. Whatever season of your life you're in, continue to believe. Continue to believe that God got your back, because He do. He always rooting for you. Y'all see them birds that just flew by? He's always rooting for you. But you got to believe in yourself. So you can't expect God to do all the work and you ain't doing nothing. Make a difference. Make a change. And expect for God to show up for you. Expect for God to move on your behalf, because He will. According to your faith, be it unto you. But yeah, for real this time, y'all, I'm going to let y'all go, because you know I'll be over here ratting and all this other type of stuff. But I just want to say, just do what God is calling you to do. Renew your mind and nature. Get out. You don't have to be outside long. Buckle up, bundle up, whatever you got to do. And just get out. Get out. And believe that God is rooting for you. He's called you. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than what you have going on. You got to be willing to push yourself to the side in order for you to serve somebody else. Because we're here to serve, not for ourselves. Not because we're here to look cute. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. But once you tap into that mindset and that mentality that you can do it, you'll see it. But until then, continue to believe. Believe in you. Believe in everything that you have going on. You desire to be successful, continue to speak that over your life. Continue to say, I will be successful. I am successful. I'm sorry. I am. Be careful what you say with those words, I am. Because if it's negative, you will get just that. But always speak something positive after the words I am, because you are announcing the presence of God. I can go on and on and on. I just said bye 11 times. But I'm going to go for real, y'all. Have a good day. God bless y'all. I love you, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.